Tonight, how a Baton Rouge hospital's ER shutting down could affect all of us.
And more information on the Keep Louisiana Beautiful campaign. All this and more Newsbeat starts right now.
Good evening, Tigers. I'm Michael Edmondson.
And I'm Jackie Massey. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Well, the Tigers are going to the big dance. They'll be playing Thursday, March 19th in Pittsburgh against NC State. Students can request tickets by logging on to lsusports.net/student tickets. There's only one ticket per student, and the ticket price will be around $100, including the processing fee. Tickets are to be picked up in Pittsburgh with your valid student ID. For the latest on the team's journey, stick with us at TigerTV.tv. Tiger TV sports reporter Taylor Crett will also be at the game live tweeting and bringing us back updates.
Baton Rouge General is closing its Mid-City Emergency Room at the end of this month. Our station manager, Kristen Althouse, is here to tell you where you'll have to go and receive emergency care when the hospital doors are shut.
Life can change at a moment's notice. No one can see an accident or an emergency coming, but when it happens, time can be the most important factor. Baton Rouge resident Jade Spears is worried that the closing of one of the only 2 emergency care units in the city could cause problems for her family.
My mom and my brother both have chronic asthma, and so if they have an asthma attack or an allergic reaction to something, it's literally life or death within a matter of minutes for both of them.
Baton Rouge General Emergency Room will shut its doors on March 31st, leaving only Our Lady of the Lake Hospital with a functioning emergency room.
It's actually losing money, and the reason for that is Governor Jindal isn't accepting Medicaid expansion.
The closing will force those living in Mid-City to drive all the way to Essen Lane for emergency care. But those are not the only residents this will affect.
There's only so many doctors, there's only so much space at Our Lady of the Lake, and the fact that they're going to be serving now the entire city is really just disheartening.
Our Lady of the Lake will now have to take on all of the patients Baton Rouge General is currently servicing, which could slow doctors down in crucial seconds.
It's really sad that one of our lifelines is going to be closing, and that, people could lose lives because of a budget issue.
People that want to protest the emergency room closure can check out the Louisiana Democracy Project's Die-In on Thursday, March 19th. For Tiger TV, I'm Kristen Althouse.
If anyone is interested in the protests happening, it will be from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. on the sidewalks of the hospital campus. Or you can go check out our coverage of the event on our website, TigerTV.tv.
Well, last week we told you about how LSU students were trying to clean up trash, but that trend has now swept across the state. The Keep Louisiana Beautiful campaign is the state's anti-litter and community organization to raise awareness and encouraging the community and everyone to get involved by following simple instructions. First, if you see a piece of litter, take a picture of it. Then upload the picture to Instagram with the hashtag Littergram. The campaign then asks the individual to pick up the litter and throw it away or recycle. The last step, of course, is to smile, because helping to make the world a better place to live in is great for all of us. The Keep Louisiana Beautiful campaign's mission is to promote personal, corporate, and community responsibility for a clean and beautiful Louisiana. Major flooding is also expected along the Mississippi and Atchafalaya rivers due to melting snow in northern states. Luckily, the National Weather Service says because most of the heavy winter storms took place in the northeast, the rivers will not rise as much. The swell of water coming in the next few weeks will be from snow and heavy rain in the Tennessee and Ohio River valleys. The NWS expects the Mississippi River to crest at 35.5 feet by the end of the month. This number is up from 27 feet currently, but will not top the 45-foot crest in the last Baton Rouge flood in May 2011. Now to Kristen with our weather.
What can we expect this week?
Well, hey Tigers, and happy St. Patrick's Day. We've had beautiful weather to start this week off with, and when we look at tonight, you can see the temperature will cool down from the warm 82 degrees we had during the day to the mid-60s. There's going to be a 0% chance of rain and a high humidity rate at 84%. It looks like the rain will be back tomorrow, and there's going to be a 60% chance of rain. You can expect to see scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. Temperatures will range similar to today's, with highs around 80 degrees during the day and lows around 60 that night. For Thursday, there's still going to be a 50% chance of rain, and it's going to be mostly cloudy and overcast throughout the morning, but you can expect those showers to come later in the day, and temperatures will still be in the 80s. That's all the weather I have for now. When I come back, I'll let you know if this rain and warm weather are here to stay. Up next, here's Cody Krupp to fill us in with sports, and we'll be right back.
You think that this team will play up to its level of competition?
I
I certainly hope so. I think there's no excuse for us not to. I mean, if we don't play to the best of our ability in this game, I mean, there's some serious questions that have to be asked because this is what we wanted all year.
Hello everyone, I'm Cody Krupp and welcome to sports. From winning on the road against a tough tournament West Virginia squad to a home loss against Auburn, it's been the season of inconsistency for the 2015 LSU Tigers, but today is the day it starts fresh with new hope and new beginning, as this St. Patrick's Day Tuesday marks the start of March Madness, and for the players, they are ready for a win or go home mindset.
Growing up, this was one of my dreams, coming to college and wanting to play in the big dance, and finally accomplished that goal, and really excited and can't wait to get in and get it started.
It's like win or go home now. Like we've been waiting on this really pretty much the whole season. This is what we've been working for the whole time. So we just gonna have to win or go home. But I mean, this is what we've been waiting for, so we gotta take it.
When I looked at it as a kid, I never thought I'd be in the tournament, like as far as playing in it. Well, I just think everything happens for a reason, and it's just a blessing. I just think it's an opportunity that we have to take advantage of.
Absent from the big dance since 2009, the young squad will experience March for the first time, except for one, former UNC Asheville player and now key LSU piece Keith Hornsby.
Syracuse, 16 seed to 1 seed. It was a good game, though. Came down right to the wire. It was a senior-dominated team, my Asheville team, so I got 7 minutes that game and scored a basket. I was 1 for 2, 0 for 1 from 3, but drove and did a nice little floater, so I can say I scored in the tournament. So hopefully I can say that much more this time around.
Cinderella caught its break for the LSU women's basketball team, and that means Nikki Caldwell's squad will be getting ready to party, but just barely. After their worst non-conference record in 20 years and an absent Danielle Ballard for much of the season, not only the best Tiger, but one of the SEC's best. It all ended up playing out in the end for LSU as they receive an at-large invitation into the NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament as the 11th seed. It'll be a tough road as the ladies will travel to Tampa, Florida Saturday to take on number 6 seed South Florida on the road in Albany of the round 1 bracket. Tune in Thursday for a preview of the Sunshine State Battle. Switching gears to the hottest team on campus, 27-1 LSU softball. Not a bad start, and with wins comes recognition, and this week that has been the case. After leading LSU to a series win over then number 1 ranked Florida this weekend on the road in Gainesville, junior Bianca Bell has been named SEC Player of the Week after a 10-hit weekend. The honor is her first in her career and all leading to a number 1 ranking for LSU softball. That's right, number 1 in the country. With a game versus Nicholls State tonight and a top 10 showdown with Oklahoma this weekend. LSU baseball continues their momentum with a 3-1 week following a series victory against the Rebels this past weekend and will continue as the Baseball America number 1 team in the nation. An inter-city matchup on the docket for Pulmonary squad tonight with SWAC Southern Spaceball. For the first time in 8 years, the game will be played on the campus of Southern, and the head coach is excited for the unique matchup.
Our guys are looking forward to it. You know, I happen to be very fond of Southern University and the players and the coaches there. First of all, Canterbury and Roger and I'd like to think we're friends, and we actually employ several of their players during our summer camps. We've done that every year for several years. So, you know, it has a little special meaning to play the game and a little inter-city rivalry, so hopefully it'll be a lot of fun.
The saying goes, home is where the heart is. And for the PGA card members of the LSU former golfers, it takes them all across the country to some of the finest venues in sports. But with the Zurich Classic this week in New Orleans, it reminds them of how special it is to call Baton Rouge home.
New Orleans is the greatest city to visit, and it's only an hour away, and you get a lot of that same culture here in Baton Rouge now because a lot of people have moved here.
A lot of good spots on tour, you know, Charlotte, Dallas, Phoenix is a fun one, but I always miss home. Every time I'm excited to leave, and then I miss it when I'm ready to come back within a couple days. I plan on living here for a long time, and I enjoy South Louisiana.
Happy St. Patrick's Day from sports. We'll have more on the Baton Rouge car auction when we return.
Women in Louisiana make on average 66 cents for every dollar a man makes. Reporter Jasmine Foxworth gives us a closer look at how female college students anticipate paying off their student loans.
According to Director Summer Steeb, the Women's Center at LSU is using the art and events they're hosting for Women's History Month to highlight issues women still face, including wage equality.
We still see a very disproportionate gender wage gap that happens. Women still make about 77 cents for the dollar on what men make.
77 cents is only the national average. In 2014, Louisiana's wage gap for women was measured to be 66 cents to every dollar a man makes, and expectations were even lower for women of color. Events like Open Mic Night hope to make students aware that the majority of women graduating from LSU are likely to feel this effect immediately after graduation.
1 year out from graduation, there's already an 81% gender wage gap for females in the workforce.
Marketing senior Brenda Thangata is concerned about the prospects that await her post-graduation. Currently, everyone she works with is paid equally, and she hopes that remains the same when she enters her field.
Right now, I'm a student worker. I make the same amount as every other student worker. It worries me because cost of living expenses and things like that are not less for us as females. Based on the job, you should get equal pay, right?
Kinesiology senior Emery Fox shares these concerns and feels that the efforts that her and her peers put forth throughout their college careers warrant equal opportunities out in the workforce.
It sucks knowing that when you get out of college or grad school or med school or wherever you're going to go in life, you're not going to be making as much as a man just because you're biologically a girl.
The wage gap isn't predicted to close until 2100 in Louisiana, meaning Thangata and Fox shouldn't expect equal pay in their lifetime. For Tiger TV, I'm Jasmine Foxworth.
For more information on equal pay, visit nwlc.org. Up next, I'll update you on what's going on in Louisiana politics.
And Kristen Bertel will give us our 7-day forecast.
Hello, I'm Jackie Massey, and welcome to this week's political update. To start it off, let's talk about David Vitter. He wrote an amendment that denies citizenship to some babies born in the United States. He posted this tweet about it. It reads, "When folks from other countries give birth in the United States, their kids become American citizens. This should be illegal." One critic from Twitter points out that this legislation applies to Jindal because his parents traveled from India to the U.S. when his mother was 5 months pregnant. Vitter explains on his website that this bill will stop birth tourism, which, according to Vitter, is a lucrative scheme that lets foreign women give birth in the U.S. so their children can become Americans and gain benefits. The bill does give certain exemptions for people who are lawful permanent residents, foreigners working for the military, and of course, U.S. citizens. So this bill does not apply to Bobby Jindal's family because they received green cards before coming to America. Good thing too, because that would be an awkward conversation between Jindal and Vitter. Speaking of Jindal, he is working on finally fixing the budget. But with tobacco? According to the Advocate, he will sell the rest of the state's tobacco settlement to help balance the budget. The settlement board agreed to the idea, but Treasurer John Kennedy disagrees. He says Jindal's plan is a desperate move to fix the budget. That's all I have for this week's news update. Make sure to tune in next week for another political update.
Thanks, Jackie. After all this rainy weather, here's a beautiful look outside. Now to Kristen on campus to show us what that looks like.
Welcome back. Here's a look at just how beautiful the weather is here outside the Manship School. You might want to get outside and enjoy it now while you can, for the rain starts picking up tomorrow. For tomorrow, you can expect to see some scattered thunderstorms throughout the day. And for Thursday and this Friday, you can expect the rainfall to start coming later into the day. There's going to be a 90% chance of rain for this Saturday, and it's going to start clearing up by this Sunday because there's only going to be a 40% chance of rain. And by this Monday, the sun will be out and shining again to dry up all those puddles. Despite all the rain that we've been having, you can expect to still have those warm temperatures we love throughout the week, and the coolest days this week are going to be this Saturday and Sunday, where the temperature is going to drop from the 80 degrees we've been having back down to 74 degrees. Other than that, the weather is going to remain pretty consistent this week, and the humidity rate will range from 64 to 93%, and wind speeds are going to remain low between 5 and 10 miles per hour. That's all the weather I have for you today. Thanks for watching.
Most students love getting organic, cheap goods at Trader Joe's, but here is what's in the top 4 list of what not to buy. First is fruits and veggies. These have been found to spoil faster than when bought at other locations, but I know I sure can't pass up those 19-cent bananas.
Next is seafood and sushi. The sell-by dates might not be reliable, and it's not always so obvious where the fish was sourced.
Third on the list is the $2 chuck. If you are cheap, then maybe you'll like it, but wine experts might cut it down.
And last on the list is the cut flowers. As beautiful as they might look, the stems aren't refrigerated and often run out of water. And before we close, Michael, it's St. Patrick's Day. Why aren't you wearing green?
Jackie, see what you didn't notice was that I do have my green glasses here. These are my fancy St. Patrick's Day glasses.
That's cheating.
But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. You can catch us online always at tigertv.tv and on our YouTube channel.
We'll see you next week, Tigers.